The worst. What you doing?
Going back to my spot.
Alright, man. Just chill right there. Just watch. It's cool. I'm gonna sleep. There's gonna be a blooper. Our cameraman is over here bullshitting. Alright, that's what's going on right now. That's right. So, hey, can you, hey, I'm telling you, I will not. His funds is being taken away. You know, I can't, fire you because I need you. But what I'm gonna do, hey, your minus right now, I just took $5 away, all right? You only get 10. Yo, what's going on, my beautiful people? Hey, your boy is back, and I'm not by myself. All right, guess who I got in the building? You don't know him, but hey, you about to figure out who this man is. All right, but without further ado, welcome back to the Golden Gemz podcast, man. You here with the one and only your boy, Relly, and yes, I'm here sitting with the man, the myth, the legend, Nodel. I ain't gonna put his whole government, but you can call him Nodel though. I ain't gonna put his whole government out here, all right? But this man is, I want to say, a brother that I never had. He is damn near a semi-mentor to me. We go way back since diapers. Since I'm talking about like lit diapers. You feel me? Pups. We go way back. Since we was jits out here. But at the end of the day, this man, he is a brother. He is an entrepreneur. He is a business owner. He does a lot. You feel me? But without further ado, go ahead and introduce yourself, my guy. He needs no introduction.
Well, thank you for that. I do a lot, a little too much sometimes, but my name is Nodel. I'm really blessed to be on this episode of the podcast, Golden Gemz podcast. Make sure y'all subscribe. But yeah, I'm ready to get started. Glad to be on here.
Okay. Well, hey, we happy to have you, man. It's been a minute since I've been trying to get him on here since the beginning, way back when. But he wanted to wait a little bit. He was busy. He had this going on, that. But hey, we finally got him on here.
I'm finally here.
But hey, the people want to know. So obviously, I told them you're an entrepreneur, but they really want to know your background, man. Like, who are you? Talk to my people, man. So, where are you from, for one? And then also tell me a little bit about, how you grew up and things like that.
Okay. Well, I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
Okay,
I grew up in not the most traditional way. I moved around a lot, from school to school to school.
I was there.
Yeah. I think the most stable time of my life was actually when I went to Illinois State University, and I was consistently there. Ended up joining a fraternity. Shout out to Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated.
Okay.
Oh,
no, that's what y'all do. But hey, I know the bros, man. I know the frat bros. My bad.
But, yeah, joined that. Joined the spoken word group, and that's when I started tapping into my artistic side. I started doing the video stuff, the photo stuff, and it turned into, from like a passion, like, oh, this is fun, I like this, to like, oh, I can make money with this.
Okay.
I can pay my bills with this.
That's facts. Yeah. Okay, so before we get into that, so growing up in Chicago, I'm from experience, because I'm from Chi-Town too,
Yeah.
So growing up in Chicago, man, like, so what was the thing that kind of kept you on track and kept you from getting out of trouble? Like, I know of course, you said, like you mentioned, you went to, college, you in a fraternity, and you out here really, on your grind. But what started all that? What kept you focused growing up?
Man, my mom. That's the first thing that
Hey, that's facts.
Hey,
though.
She instilled in me,
facts.
School is the most important thing in the world. And I was like, school is the most important thing in the world. I was like, yeah.
He has always been a studious one out of all of us. I can say that.
School. And then, that's what kept me out of trouble. It was like,
you took school serious.
I took school really seriously, and they always say, like, when your schedule's so busy, the devil has no room to work. So like, it was just school.
I think they want to hear that again. Say it. Hey, we gonna replay, instant replay.
When the devil, oh dang,
It's cool.
When you keep your schedule so busy, the devil has no room to work.
That's facts.
And that's the truth.
Oh yeah, preach to him.
Yeah.
Nah, I respect that. So, with you going off to college and you like I said, you was always a studious one, and you played sports in high school as well. We can touch on that a little bit.
Did wrestling. That was something. Cause I wasn't even a sports person at first. I was like,
this is true. So me and him, like, to give y'all a little background, this is family. Like, this is really, like I said, my brother, but he's not my brother. He's always been a brother to me, but he's really family. So at the end of the day, like, we really grew up together, and we played video games. Like, I was the sports guy. He, we always play video games. That was our thing that we did together.
Road Rage.
Simpsons Road Rage.
Man, we used to love that game.
Donkey Kong.
Man, look.
Hey, we was some gamers back in the day, man. Most definitely. And that's the thing, man. Like, you wasn't the sports guy, but you got into it in high school. So what made you actually just want to try sports in high school?
It was when I did another move to Joliet, and I was like, I need some stability. I didn't know the word for it at first, but I was like, I need something.
Right.
I'm new here. So I joined the wrestling team.
Mm-hmm.
Man, first day, I got slammed on my back. All the air left my lungs. I'm like, that one. You know what I'm talking about? I'm like, bro. I tell my mom, she's like, no, you're not going back. I'm like, I'm going back. I wrestled, then I transferred schools again.
Dang.
But that was the consistent thing. I was like, I was on the wrestling team at my old school. Okay. Let me do it here. That was a life-changing experience. I went from being, as skinny as this pole right here to, like, kind of bulky, like.
So he said he like that. He said he get it like that. Okay. Ladies, let my man live, man. Let my man live. But so you said, helped. Okay, he said that helped. Okay, so it helped with confidence. It helped you actually, learn some discipline, and actually, just learn how to, because it's kind of is an individual sport, but it's also a team sport, because you plan for points, you plan for your teammates to actually get a win, and y'all all get a win together. But really, it's an individual sport. So
it's you and another man on the mat. Like, that's just you, against the brute force of another person. Like, only one person's getting off that mat, like,
that's facts.
Not alive, but you get what I'm saying. Only one winner is coming off that mat.
No, that's facts. No, I respect that. So from now, okay, we leaving high school, you played sports, you tried it out. So did you have entrepreneur dreams, aspirations when you were in high school?
No, it never really crossed my mind at all. But I had an entrepreneur friend, named Alex.
In high school?
Start getting on. Yeah, okay. Met him in high school. He was driving some beat up van, and he always had some different job. Then all of a sudden, he's like, "Oh, I do websites." He's like, "Why don't you start a business, man?" I'm like, "Huh?"
So is this as you like a freshman year in college, or is this senior year of high school?
This was, I think, between senior year of high school, like summer. Was it summer? No, senior year of high school.
Okay.
He was like, "Why don't you start a business?" I'm like, "I have no idea what I'm gonna do." He's like, "Just do websites, C++, JavaScript, blah blah blah." I'm like, I can't do that.
I feel that. I feel you.
So the only thing I had was video, and he taught me the tricks of the trade.
Okay.
And it went up from there.
Okay, so can you pinpoint the time of the year that you actually, like, I want to say, started with your own podcast? I mean, not your own podcast. What the fuck am I talking about? You started with your own individual camera. Like, so did you pick up a camera first, or did you start like trying to start a business first? So which came first?
It's a funny story. It's a funny story. You want me to tell you the story?
Yeah, tell me the story. Hold on, real quick intermission. Hey, I know I said podcast, but obviously we on a podcast. SO to the Golden Just podcast. But hey, I hope y'all enjoy that funny moment. All right. I was sticking my middle finger, but I like y'all a little too much. But don't get on me too much. But go ahead.
So I'm trying to figure out which part I should start with.
Tell me I want to hear the story of picking up your first camera. Talk to me. Picking up your first
You
camera and
talking
then
about
tell me
the one
college,
I
then
told
go
you
to
before
freshman.
this started?
Yeah. Because I think actually not okay. We're gonna say that. We're gonna say that story. But tell me, I want to say when was the first time you picking up the camera like in college, and how did you start your entrepreneurship journey? Like what was that thing that clicked and said, you know what, I want to be an entrepreneur? Yes, your friend Alex, he put you on the game.
Yeah.
He showed you kind of, hey, you can really make money out here by doing your own thing. So what was that thing for you though that clicked and like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and be an entrepreneur?
So it started off with, let me see. It started off with the Onyx Connect, which was like a black news group, it
This is at
spotlighted.
ISU?
This is at ISU. It
Okay, Illinois
spotlighted
State for y'all.
Illinois State University, not Iowa State. It started there. Onyx Connect is basically like a black news group dedicated to spotlighting entrepreneurs on ISU's campus. Like if you sold plates, we got you on the front cover selling plates in the in the newspaper, like the Onyx paper. You did hair, we spotlighted you. You did graphic design, whatever. It was me and my business partner Tiffany. She was the writer, I was the photographer, and I was always there capturing her stories and everything. And then, I kept the camera in my hand. Right. And then somebody was like, "Why don't you record a video of me like cutting hair at a barbershop?" Right?
Oh, yeah, I remember that story. Yes, sir.
I was like, okay, I do it. It was hard. I tried. I was getting those details. It was my first time, but I got it down.
And if y'all want to see the video of his first ever, because wasn't it like a mini commercial almost? Like
it was a mini commercial, man.
If y'all, the video gonna be in the description. So if you want to see that video, I'm gonna obviously have all his information, but it's gonna be in the description because I think they would want to see that.
Yeah. So started off with that.
How far where you started and where you
went. Yeah. And then the next part of the story, what was it?
So how did you? So when you got to ISU, you heard about the paper, and then you just ended up joining that. Did somebody convince you?
It started off with the Vedette. So the Vedette was ISU's, like, I'm gonna just say it. It was like the white-owned newspaper, right?
Right.
And they only highlighted the white fraternities, and you know the story. So me and Tiffany said, let's start something for us.
Right. Okay.
She came up with the Onyx. I ended up being the co-founder.
Okay.
Went on from there. But that's not the meat of the story, right? That's not the meat.
Okay, go ahead.
The meat
Talk
is
to us.
after I graduated, kind of fell off a little bit, right? I'm in a new space.
Right.
And then it went on to, I wanted to go to film school, right? I got the little paper. That you go past with the booth.
Right.
And they were like, come to Flashpoint. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm walking down the street. I'm walking down the street, right? I don't think I ever told you this story. And I'm like, I don't know if I should go to this meeting today to meet with the advisor to go to film school. God, give me a sign if I should go. Like, make it loud, make it unmistakable that it's you. Bro, I hear an explosion in the street right away. I'm like, what? Randomly, I'm like, okay, all right, I'll go to this meeting. I'll pay $14 for this parking space.
That's what's up. That's dope.
And I'll go.
Oh yeah.
I started renting. Okay, I really went to this school because you could get their cameras for free.
Dang. Okay.
And you can learn stuff at the same time. So I was like, oh, if I got to shoot,
dope.
Right, take the camera.
So after, let's go back real quick. So after your first commercial, like doing that at ISU, and having somebody actually come to you and wanting to do it for money. So after that first commercial, you were usually like, nah, this it was fun, it was nice, but nah, this ain't I ain't gonna be making money really doing this. So how did you feel after doing that first shoot?
It felt really good. I just got sidetracked by secondary activity after that.
Okay, I respect that.
So it was like, it went to the back of my mind, oh, I made money with that, until it came to the front again. because I was
after when you got that sign, huh?
When I got that
Or
sign,
when you said
when
went to
Alex was
film
like, you
study?
should start a business. It's like
Okay.
it all started coming together. Like,
Okay,
like
so it
ding, ding,
started to
ding.
kind of
Yeah.
make sense for you. Because
Yeah.
that's the thing, like things don't really, I want to say, just are thrown at you. Sometimes it takes time to fall into your gift. Sometimes it takes time to find your passion. And at the end of the day, like you don't got to have it figured out tomorrow. You don't got to have it figured out next week. It doesn't matter if you 10, 12, 18, 24, 28, 34. It don't matter. It's going to come. You know, and if you putting time and taking time aside to really figure it out, that's when you're going to really, you know, understand that, hey, it took time, but I'm happy I actually got it. I understand now. I understand this is my purpose. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. You know, and sometimes it takes a minute for people to forget that way. You know, it takes a minute. So for you to say that and for it to click like that, and then too, you ask the higher power, everybody, I understand. Everybody ain't religious, you know, but at the end of the day, I believe that you should believe in something. You should believe in a higher power that's bigger than you. So with that, you ask your higher power for a sign, and you know, me being spiritual, I respect that because hey, he gave you the sign. Look at God.
Right away, and it was loud. I'm like, bro, unmistakable. Unmistakable.
Nah, that's what's up, man. That's dope, man, and that's incredible too. Because at the end of the day, like your journey inspires people, and that's why I wanted to really bring you on here because you know everybody has a unique story and a unique journey that they own, and yours has just been like you said, like it just clicked. Like you did this. Alex told you this, and then you went to college. You got with the newspaper. Then you did your first, you know, commercial. But then, you know, you got sidetracked, but you graduated. You know, congratulations on that. And then after that, you went ahead and you like, you know what? I'm gonna go to film school. I'm gonna go ahead, you know, try to figure it out. So
go ahead and make that jump.
So after film school or during film school, when was it the moment in time where you actually started becoming a real entrepreneur and started going all the way in like you was doing? First of all, also tell them your business name. Let's go ahead. Let's promote. All right. Let's tell the people what you really doing out here.
It's Divine Intervention Media Chicago.
Divine Intervention Media Chicago.
Yeah.
Link will be in the description.
It will be.
So how did you start Divine Intervention? How did it start? So you went to film school. What happened after film school? Talk to me.
After
or during.
Well, this was actually during, yeah.
Okay, I'm doing. You see, hey.
Yeah. So during film school, I was also employed with Kids of the Kingdom, which is Chance the Rapper's organization that's fueled by social works.
Ooh, okay.
And I met Chef Blake. You heard about it?
Yeah, I remember Chef Blake.
I met Chef Blake. He was on what's that? Some Netflix show. I can't think of it right now. He ended up winning like season 3. So Chance asked him to come teach the kids how to cook as one of his extracurriculars. And I pitched to Chef Blake. I was like, "It's my chance."
Right? Okay.
It was the worst pitch I've ever done, and he knew it.
What'd you say to him? What'd you say? Do you need? I'm here if you need me.
He was like, "How would you make the video?" I was like, "Well, I see your colors are pink and green, so I'll make sure I put some of those hues in there." And he's kind of looking at me like, "Okay."
Right, you look like you sound like you make sense. You sound like hey, I understand. Okay, you look good. You look like you know a little something.
And he gave me that chance, and went into the to that kitchen. It was like a culinary kitchen that you can rent and everything, and recorded his classes. Okay. The first thing they made was a cake that looked like a stack of pancakes.
Oh yeah, I think
you remember that.
Yeah, you showed me that.
Yeah, it was me and Eric actually went in. Eric, right hand man when it came to just starting off to Divine Intervention Media.
So the Eric Ale. I can't say it's full government, but that's the third amigo because our granny called us the amigo brothers. You feel me? But that's the third amigo. So SO to him. But you only continue, my bad, my guy.
We went in, me, Eric, and Alyssa, one of my photographers, and Drew, who's he's in Baltimore, Maryland now. Mm-hmm. We went in, we recorded it, and man, he only gave us, how much did he give us? He gave us $60. We was looking at that like, whoa.
You're like, hold on, this is a lot of money. Hold on. I get paid like that.
Right. We
So
split it
was
up.
that your first? So that was the second job. How much did you get paid for the barbershop gig?
I think that was like 100. Yeah. The second barbershop gig was 75. It was low. It was low at first, man. It was
okay. But this $60 after you didn't started, like now divine intervention is here, like you didn't started. Now you're like, okay, hold on, this $60. Hold on, I can go crazy with this.
Yeah. So after a minute, it was like, okay, I can't keep going little, but that 60 we did trade, it divided. We both got, all three of us got 20. We happy, walked away happy.
That's smooth.
Eventually I had to up my game when it came to like charging folks, because it's actually harder than you think.
Hey, yesterday's price is not today's price.
Yeah.
You better tell them yesterday's price is not today's price. Hey, $60, you thought it was, hey, that was a bargain, all right?
Man, that was. It was. But I ain't gonna lie, for that one, we was using our phones.
Whoa,
so look, we was using our phones in a rig. We got the rig from Amazon. We put the light on. We had the phones going like this.
So, hey, making it come to life. Hey, you gotta do it sometimes. I respect that. Dang, that's dope, bro. So after you kind of started by yourself, then like you said, so you partnered up with people. So you use your resources and the people that you knew. You're like, hey, would y'all mind helping me on this? And that's what you ended up doing.
Yeah.
So that kind of jump started you into just kind of doing your own thing with divine intervention.
Yeah.
Okay,
really started it.
Man, that's what's up. So I don't want to count your pockets, but divine intervention, it's been around for a little second, man. So what was the biggest job that y'all didn't see? Not the biggest check, we ain't gotta get there, but I want to hear the biggest job that took a lot of time, took a lot of energy, that probably made you want to be like, damn, I don't want to do this no more, but you still got it done. What job was that?
It was when Common Ground asked me to record almost a documentary of
what is Common Ground, if you want to reiterate it.
So the Common Ground is the Common Ground Foundation, started by Common, old school rapper, and his mother, who used to be like the superintendent of all Chicago public schools,
which is dope and amazing.
Yeah, and
that's sort of common.
It's a program that mentors high school students, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, and gets them ready for college. It helps just reach back into the community. We have fine arts, etc. But Common Ground asked me to record almost like a documentary of their Dreamers and Believers camp in Lake Geneva.
Oh yeah, I remember this. That you was gone for some days.
I was gone for some days, but that check was right. I was like, look, that, man. Well, it wasn't about the check though.
Nah, you heard him say the check was right.
It was right.
Hey, yesterday's price is not today's price. I'm just gonna say it one more time. But dang,
it just made me. It made me like, whoa, like I'm actually doing this, like on some self-taught stuff. Like I went to U.S. Bank and I just looked at the cashier. I was like, "Can you cash this?" She looked at me. She said, "Bro," I said, "Can I get a copy of the check, like a paper printout copy, so I can keep it?" I don't know where it is now, but it's somewhere. I still got it somewhere.
He said it's somewhere. You gonna frame it, dog?
I'm gonna frame that.
So that was your first really big project, big check. Yeah. And did you kind of take a step back and was like, damn, like this is can you see yourself doing that for a long time?
I didn't have time to take a step back. It was something else going on. Like the next, I didn't have time to decompress. So that's how back to back.
Okay, so you was putting in that work. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. I was putting in that work, but I needed rest.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, so you was kind of thrown into overdrive at that point. So this is when Divine was really it started now. It jump started, but now you just now you're getting the trains rolling.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of jobs then?
It was a lot of jobs because I was also doing music videos, and I had people saying, "Oh, you're basically one of the best music videographers in Chicago," and I'm like, "Oh, that's that's a cool compliment. I like that."
I feel that.
There's obviously people that were better than me, but I like that. I got to
It's
stay humble at the
competition,
end of
man,
the day.
and then at the end of the day, man, you just getting better.
Yeah.
It's like one of my other podcasts with Mike. Mike is just putting up shots.
Yeah.
Or putting in those overtime hours. On the wrestling mat when you jogging, when you sweating, when you try to go ahead and make weight. When you're not eating. All those terms for wrestling.
Yeah.
Really, that's practice. That's all the extra work that people don't see. They see you when you hit the mat, but they don't really see you. Putting in the hours, putting in the long nights and the sweat, the
late
grind.
Night. Yeah,
that's facts. Because that's even the same with being an entrepreneur. People ain't gonna really see. They ain't gonna see the future labor, so they gonna see the check or whatever you buy with that check. You feel me? But they ain't gonna see what it took those days away, those hours put in. The editing and all that. Like they don't see that. All the time.
They don't, and it was that was a big problem though. That was a big problem. It's like, hey, edit this real quick. You know what real quick is? It's like,
right? You like, hold on, what?
You just took away my Christmas. Hold on, like, But it got to the point where I was like, I was upping my prices so people would stop booking me. I was like,
so you were just throwing some shit out there.
I was like,
throwing some shit out there.
Like, how much we go charge for this 3 minute? I'm like, 1,000. He's like, okay.
I'm like, hold on, that worked.
Then I called you. Remember I called you? I was like, bro, somebody just agreed to $1,000 shoot. And this gonna take like it's not even.
You said it was gonna take like an hour. Like you said, it was gonna take like 2 hours.
Take like an hour.
Exactly. That's crazy. I do remember that. I do remember because I'm like, damn. Because I was playing college football at this time. That's probably one of the times or one of the first times I thought like, damn, I really want to continue to do this shit to my body and play like this. But nah, like, because seeing you making that money, because as a college student, you broke, and then I played college football too, so I was always playing sports and doing that. I was never able to make money. I couldn't have no summer jobs because I was training and things like that. So I was definitely jealous. But I was proud of him too, because at the end of the day, like that was his. At the end, we all have dreams, we all have ambitions, we all have things that we start, and I love to see the people around me start something and then be successful at it. And you being successful and you getting that $1,000 check, I'm like, damn shit, that damn day, hey, what you doing this weekend, man? I just want $1 or $2, maybe we can go get me a burger or something. But
it was insane.
Nah, that's amazing. So with you, having that opportunity and getting that big job, so you saying like it got to the point where you were just trying to prevent people from like just booking you because you were getting booked that much, huh?
I was getting booked that much and I was tired, but I still had to pay my rent. But it was like, can we slow down?
Right.
Because some people were really proactive, like, it's January, but I want to shoot in September. September's coming up, but I got people booking me in February, March, April, June, like.
You got everything in between that.
Yeah.
And then you're going to want to take a break, but you forget. Now you got this shoot.
Now you got this shoot coming up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So what did you, at that point when you were so busy, when you knew like, dang, I kind of need some rest. I kind of need to take a step back. But, rent is due. Rent is due every day. You feel me? At the end of the day, you paying something.
Yeah.
And so how did you feel from, starting out? It was a slow start, you bounced around a little bit and then you kind of fell into your passion, and now you actually becoming successful with it. So how did that feel, like you becoming, successful in your eyes and making it your dream that you kind of started here and now you see it flourishing a little bit? How did it make you feel?
It felt really good, but I'm a extreme overthinker. I'm a Capricorn. I overthink a lot, right? And I don't like routine. So I was getting good money after good money after good money, but I felt like it was like this. Like, okay, another music video.
So it kind of felt getting played out to you.
It was getting played out. I'm like, I don't want to listen to another dude's lyrics, bro. Like, come on.
You're like, I don't want to listen to no trash no more, man. Hey, he shouldn't be recording this shit.
Look,
hey, you ain't saying I said it. Look, you shouldn't be recording some of this bull.
Some people was good, but like I was so tired from the bad people that I couldn't hear the good people.
So you was kind of just drained from it all.
I was drained because that stuff gets into your spirit too. Like I'm listening to the lyrics. Some lyrics was like, "Oh shoot this," I'm like, "Okay." Some lyrics like, "Oh, you know, my baby mama doing this." Some lyrics was positive, really positive. Like shout out to Tone, when he sang "Higher," and it's it was gospel rap, and it was cold. That kept me up.
Okay, he said that kept me up.
That
Hey,
kept
made me
me up
fall asleep
listening
with
to
the
that.
camera.
No, it kept me up. Like spiritually, it was like, okay, yeah.
I'm messing with you.
But it felt like a plateau. But what I didn't realize at the time, as I look back and trace the thread, I was painting my canvas of things I didn't want to do anymore.
Hold on, say it. Say that one more time, please, for the people way in the back.
What I didn't realize, looking back as I traced the thread, is that I was painting my canvas for the things I didn't want to do anymore. I didn't want to do music videos anymore, and like it was apparent. I felt so good recording with Common Ground.
Right.
I felt good recording with Lyft when it was like, fighting against injustice. What else? I didn't feel good recording with Grey Goose.
Right.
All right. So what do you see what's the common thing?
I want to say like the things that kind of boost your spirits and give you energy, makes you happy. Those are the things that you kind of leaning towards doing, because now you putting not only you getting the money, you.
All right, so don't worry, what you doing?
Go back to my spot.
All right, man, just chill right there. Just watch. It's cool. I'm gonna see. There's gonna be a blooper. Our cameraman is over here bullshitting. All right, that's what's going on right now.
Corner,
that's
why. Wrapped up in the
so.
Blanket,
hey, can you, hey, I'm telling you, I will not. His funds is being taken away. I can't, fire you because I need you. But what I'm gonna do? Hey, your minus right now. I just took $5 away. All right, you only get 10.
You ready?
Yeah, it's the cheapest. Hey, if you need the cheapest videographer, camera guy, he's working behind the scenes. He's doing his thing for me, man. But if you need him, he's the cheapest around. You can't beat it. $10. That's it. He had 5 now, but I'm pretty sure he can still charge 10. All right. We about to go ahead and get right back into the podcast. Hope you enjoyed that.
So long story short, I was sick of doing music videos. I was good at them. They were paying well, but came to the conclusion Divine Intervention Media is no longer doing music videos.
Oh, dang. I was just finna start my rap career, man. What we doing?
But we flipped the switch. We did a rebrand. We rebranded our values, mission, everything. We only work with clients who are trying to make the world a better place.
Okay.
That's it. And that's nonprofits. That could be a small business. That could be a podcast. If you're making the world a better place, we're working with you.
Okay.
Funny story about that though.
Uh-oh.
So somebody called me, right? I won't name no names.
But you know who you are.
They were like, hey, I want to keep you as a retainer. You're a great videographer, etc. Right? I'm gonna tell you who it was after this. And I was like, okay, what are your values to your business? They snapped. What are you talking about? I'm like, I just need to know your values. You know what I'm saying? I need to know your mission, because we only work with clients who are trying to make the world a better place. By making the world a better place, it's like, let me give you an example, because some people may have heard that and say, what? You know, like
break it down. Let's break it down to them a little bit.
So it's like, say for instance, you're a nonprofit, right? And you're doing these amazing things. You just opened a healthcare center, or you were the reason why, young girls in Africa got to go to school. By creating a video for you, you get to show the world that you're doing that. That helps in multiple ways. Your donors know what they're donating to. Unlike, I'm not gonna say Red Cross, but like, you don't always know that 50 cents you're donating to McDonald's Playhouse is actually going to McDonald's Playhouse. Unless you see the video or the proof of doing, as we call it, of it happening. So when I create that video, it's continuously helping people.
Okay.
Like, it's helping people get more help, get more, resources, and at the same time, it's keeping a nonprofit afloat to keep helping. Like, it's a
kind of like a cycle. It's exactly, that's, you took the words right out of my mouth. It is a cycle, and a great cycle at that, because it's, in most cases, not all, but in most cases, it is actually helping people, and it's actually changing people's lives. Little do you know. Okay, so now let's switch gears, man. We didn't learn about the entrepreneur, man. Let's switch gears, man. I want to learn. I want to see. I want to know if it's a woman in your life, man. I don't know. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right, we ain't going. That's his personal business, But I really do want to know. So, if you were single right now, or if you're single, what would you look for in a woman? Because these days, man, like, I feel like a lot of people, they only look at what the woman got. Say if she has big breasts, big titties, I'm sorry, we're gonna keep it a little R-rated for now. But if you're a kid watching this, just close your eye, turn it off right now. But anyway, so some guys, they like breasts on women, they like titties, or some guys, they like asses, and they like a woman who nice at the waist. Like, what do you feel like in this day and age is missing from men, and sometimes women too? Because social media has everybody's brains messed up, and everybody wanting to kind of use a filter, use makeup. I'm seeing now men are literally breaking, I don't know what kind of bone, what bone, it's the hips or whatever. They're breaking, yes, to get taller. Like, yes. And then some even penis enlargement. It's a whole bunch of mess going out here. You got, it's a lot of extraness going on out here, and people changing themselves. How do you feel about that, and what do you look for specifically in a woman?
Well, look,
loaded question.
It's a loaded question, but let me backpedal on that a little bit. Do you ever ask yourself, and this for all the men, are you providing what a woman looks for too? You get what I'm saying? Like, it was funny. The pastor the other day, he had some of his teenage boys were over, they were having a play date. I don't know what it's called. And they were like, oh, like, so basically the same question. He was like, do you provide, like, do you give the woman what they look for also? Right? Okay. Like, do you have criteria? Can you cook?
Right, do
you have a car?
I understand that. So like, as a young man or as a man, we always like, she got to do this, she got to cook, she got to clean, she got to look with a nice hip, she got to have some nice titties, she got to have a nice ass. Like, we always looking for that, but he kind of, instead of pointing the finger, he pulling the thumb, and he looking like, what you got? What you bringing to the table?
Like, what
what's your career? What do you own your house? Are you living in your mama basement? Like, what are you doing? Yeah. So that's man, hey, and a lot of people, man, like, you have to at least brings value to a relationship in some kind of way. As a man,
kind of way.
And whether it's your spirit, your attitude, whether it's, not your pockets. But you can bring those two, though. If you like that, hey, it ain't gonna buy you love, but it'll buy you some things. All right. Yeah. But that was a disclaimer that I don't think that, ladies. I don't. All right. But anyway, so it's a lot of different things that men, us as men, if you are a man, you don't have to pay for everything. You don't have to, open doors, but that's the thing you should want to do as a man.
Yeah,
And those are the
chivalry.
things you want to bring to the table.
You know, we're at a point in time where like we should be bringing chivalry back only because
What is chivalry? You got to break it down for my.
you know you
That's a big word for
open
some
the
people.
door, you pull out the
Mm.
chair when she gets out the car, you know, and then you walk on
That's
the
up to the
side of the
gentleman out there.
road where the car can jump the curb because that's what they used to
Yes.
do in medieval time or whatever.
That's right.
But we're at
To
a
protect your
time
woman.
where we should bring that back because they're so used to not having it that surprises them. Beforehand, it was like everybody doing that.
What's the word again for all my
chivalry? Chivalry.
Okay. Do
Is
y'all understand that, fellas? This is a call to all fellas. Chivalry. We got to bring it back. All right, because I mean, at the end of the day, like you should want to actually do those things for your woman. If she your woman, I can, fellas, I understand. Everybody go through a talking stage. Everybody will learn somebody, but I'm doing this I'm opening the doors for you. I am picking up the bill the first few times out. Later on down the road, you ain't gonna be able to run my pockets forever. You feel me? Hey, y'all say y'all want 50-50. You say you want equality. You say you want 50-50. All right. So the first few times we go out, I'm gonna bless you up. First of all, I'm gonna always open the door for you. I'm gonna always, try to, take out your chair. I'm not too fine, when we go out to dinner. I'm not always grabbing your chair for you, but I'm gonna make it my emphasis because that's the thing. Even the simple things like opening the door, men don't even do that no more. I don't let my woman, if you with me, you don't touch the door around me.
It was so funny. The other day, I was at this restaurant, right? I'm walking in, and this dude and this girl walk in first. She was about to open the door. He literally said, he's like, "Don't you touch that door." Like,
I like that.
I don't know. He said it kind of aggressively. I don't know. Like
I did say it kind of aggressively.
It was like, no, the dude that
did it.
And it was Denny's too. I'm like, come on.
Oh, he did it in Denny's. Nah, but still though. So he looked at it. So she's about to inches away.
Yeah.
So you
don't touch that. I'm like,
hey, I respect. So how did you feel in that moment when you saw that? Did you feel like good as a man? You like, okay, I see.
I was like, okay. I was like, let me step my game up. Let me step my game up. But I didn't mean to backpedal on your question.
Nah,
what do I look for?
Yeah. See, he thought he was asleep.
I look for a woman who has a plan, who's financially responsible, who has bigger goals than just going out to the club every night.
Ooh, ladies, you're listening.
Look, and one that has empathy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I walk, for example, walk in the house, I'm tired, I'm rubbing my head, and you just, on TikTok, you just on Instagram, like, oh, it's like if you're not paying attention to what's going on,
so you're not engaged,
around,
so you're not
like,
I understand
present.
that.
You're not present, and it's like,
and that's the one thing that you should be all the time is present.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we ain't promised tomorrow. We really not.
Exactly.
That's why that's what I told him to convince him to get on. I'm like, hey, we ain't promised tomorrow, bro. Well, you might as well. Hey, tonight you ain't doing that. Hey, you come on through. You came through. But anyway, so ladies, I hope you heard that. So
you gotta be fun too.
Okay, you gotta be fun. Come on, my bad. He trying to plug himself. Hey, let me be quiet.
That's the thing. And you gotta know how to cook because I know how to cook. I know how to have fun. I like to be fit. You know what I'm saying? I can't just be the one out here just, and then you next to me like
he letting y'all know.
Out here
he like I can't be the only one looking good. You feel me? He like you gotta bring something to the table, baby. Hey, I respect that.
I want a power couple at the end of the day. It's like a 12-volt battery. You need both sides. At the end of the day, you can't just be out here dragging.
I could go on some of the bids. Man. Nah, that's what's up, man. And I respect that. And those are all great values that you should want in a woman or in a wife. Because at the end of the day, like I always tell people, like at this age and where I'm just at in life, I think that's a better saying for it. Where I'm at in life, I'm looking for a wife. Like I'm looking for a woman who wouldn't mind coming home and, cooking for me, who wouldn't mind maybe one day if I can provide enough, to be a stay-at-home mom. I'm looking for, bringing that chivalry back as we discussed, but also like bringing just that family atmosphere. I want to go on vacations with my kids. I want to have them, being able to afford and get whatever they want. But also, too, I want to show them discipline. I want to show them, that I care. And I got to have a woman that stands behind me with that. I'm dating to marry. I'm not dating just to date. So for all y'all fellas out there, you gonna come to an age where, yeah, you can have any girl, just like any girl can have any man. But eventually, you're gonna have to sit back and be like, hey, I know what I want, and she got to check these boxes. And if she don't check these boxes, then obviously, hey, it's a lot of men and women out here. It's somebody out there for you, just like it's somebody out there for him, me. It's somebody out there for you, right? It just takes time to find them, but don't bring your standards down here. Keep that list. If you have a criteria, keep your criteria. Some things are negotiable, so don't be too much of an asshole. Some things are negotiable. Don't just shut up. Just because he's short, just because he's 5'6", you don't gotta shun him like that. All right, just because he's 5'6", you ain't gotta do that to him. All right, I know you got a criteria, but he might be really a good guy. Okay, Johnny was always nice to me. He's a cool guy. But nah, seriously though, man, like, it's okay to fine tune your criteria because everybody ain't gonna check all the boxes, but if they check a majority of them, and if it's chemistry there, if y'all vibe, and if they really feel and you really feel like they that person, just because they don't check every box, don't mean they never going to. People grow, people change,
people do.
Yeah, man. So, all right. So now, obviously, you already plugged yourself with the ladies. Hey, as you can tell, man, you go ahead, follow them. Like I said, his link and stuff gonna be in the description. But go ahead, tell them, go ahead, plug yourself, man. Tell them what's your Instagram, man.
My Instagram is YBNODEL, stands for YBN Nodel on Instagram.
Any underspaces,
no underscore, no nothing. YBNODEL.
Okay.
All right. Okay. What else?
You got any other social media? You got a YouTube channel? You got anything you got
a
going
YouTube channel, Divine Intervention Media Chicago. If you type that in,
what about it'll on Instagram? Pop up. Is that Divine Intervention on Instagram?
Yeah, Divine Intervention, Divine Media Chai on Instagram. What else? YBN Nodel on Twitter.
Okay.
What else?
All right, he would employed himself enough. Anyway, back to the regular scheduled programming. Nah, but seriously though, his links, I just wanted to give him his opportunity to, shout out all his stuff, and his links will all be in the description. So everything that he said, even some of the things that he didn't say, they will be in the description. So make sure y'all go show him some love, man. Go follow, go like, and subscribe to his pages. And just go show love. Go to his Instagram, and some of y'all ladies, you heard what he looking for. So if you check some of the boxes, go find his Instagram, man.
Hey, this is for business purposes only. Ladies do not. Nah.
Hey, he said it. He said it. But so now let's switch gears, man. Let's touch back on a little bit of entrepreneurship, and then for our last fun segment, it's quick hit gems, but we're going to get there. All right. But first, I want to ask you, do you have any tips for young entrepreneurs or people who want to start their business, who want to get into doing stuff for themselves and making money for themselves instead of having a boss, going to a 9-to-5 and all that?
My biggest tip is to say yes to as many opportunities as you can. Just keep on saying yes. I know you going on Instagram, and I hate this, and you looking at small little text quotes with Leonardo DiCaprio on it, and you're like, oh, he's like, what did he say? Say no to as much as you can, right? But it's a 1, 2, 3 step process. You say yes.
Sometimes you might be one yes away from your dreams or your goals.
Exactly.
You never know.
You say yes to as much as you can. That helps you paint your canvas of what you like and what you don't like. After your canvas is painted, you got a pretty strong or semi-strong feeling or direction of where you want to go. Then you start saying no and getting sidetracked by secondary activity.
Okay. I like that.
Because I can't tell you how sidetracked I was getting after I figured out that I just want to work with nonprofits or small businesses, etc. It was like, oh, can you do a music video? It's like, that sounds like a lot of money. Oh, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you come, XYZ? Then you start saying no. That's the biggest tip I can give you. Paint your canvas, know what you want, then start saying no. Go towards what you want.
Okay, I respect that, and we appreciate that. So now, now that you gave us tips, I want to know, what is your why? So why do you do what you do, or why do you have a business? Why do you want to only work with nonprofits? Like, what is your why? That thing that wakes you up on a daily basis, that thing that gets you up out of bed and makes you want to, hey, today we're taking care of business. Today, this is why I woke up. This is why I got out of bed. What's your why? It can be long term, short term, but just want to know your why.
Well, my why has stayed with me like ever since college. Like my why has always been to make sure, my mom never has to work another day in her life. Make sure my little brother JJ has a, extraordinary life where he doesn't have to worry about any financial concerns, etc. And also to be that drop in the bucket that makes the world a better place, right? To actually contribute to the bettering of the world versus like, just getting rich. Like
it's deeper than that.
It's way deeper than that, because it's your well-being. Like at the end of the day, you want to make sure you have a clear mind, that you leave a legacy, and that legacy isn't just like who's somebody.
What you trying to think of an example of somebody?
Somebody
you trying to throw
rich,
somebody
like Jeff Bezos. His legacy is like he started Amazon. He's rich, but like, what has he contributed to society? Really, he just charging me every month for Amazon Prime. This man getting all our nerves, right? Like, come on.
I can respect that. I'm gonna let you live with that. And
they be coming down on Michael Jordan too.
Oh yeah,
they say he don't help people.
Right, that's true. That's true. I mean, and that's the thing, man. Like, it's a lot of examples that you can choose from as far as that, and people who are kind of in it for themselves and it's in it for making money. But sometimes if you're rich, you don't really know what everybody does, though, because a lot of people, sometimes they just don't broadcast what they're doing.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just don't put out there, hey, I'm helping this nonprofit. Hey, I just donated $2-3 million to this company. Hey, I just donated $1 billion to this. Hey, I just sometimes we look at celebrities in such a high light. Like, sometimes some of them are actually real people, and some of them actually do real things behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't broadcast everything. But us, with the social media world that we live in, we think if you ain't posting, you ain't clicking, then you ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a double-edged sword in a way. And honestly, like that's, hey, I'm tossing my rich people a bone. I'm looking out for you, all right? So, hey, make sure. Ain't no body armor right here, but hey, we coming for you, man. First, hey, I'm telling you, they're gonna be spawned. They're gonna sponsor me. Just wait for it. I'm speaking it to existence. You already know. But nah, that's real talk though. So, at the end of the day, man, like, I know when I one day, become wealthy and become, financially set enough to give back and, start community things and start a nonprofit and things like that. Like, I'm 100% gonna do that, because that's what my heart is. Some people's heart just not in that, but some people, if they ain't clicking just because they ain't posted, don't mean that much.
Mm-hmm.
But you never know, though. You never know. So now, hey, we get into the juicy stuff, man. Y'all, if you didn't stay here, nah. It's just a juicy, like the best questions that I can think of. All right, for you. So now we at the segment where it's quick hit gems. All right, quick hit gems. Okay, so I'm gonna hit you with about 3 to 5 of them. It depends on your answers. All right. And then all you have to do, you have to say the first things that come to your head. I might help you out a little bit, but it's quick hit gems, and we're going to just keep them going.
Okay.
All right. First one. All right. What's the best advice you have ever received?
The best advice I've ever received
in your life.
In my life. I was on set with the same director that directed like Chance and that other dude's like music videos. And one of I think it was a PA, production assistant, was telling one of the actors, because he was unsure about, the children actors, he was unsure about like if he should be here or not. And he was like, if you got a big Kool-Aid smile on your face while you're doing it, then you're doing the right thing. And that's how I identify, like if I'm smiling, I want, this is my path. This is what I should be doing.
Okay. If you smiling, you enjoying life, if you're enjoying what you're doing, I can respect that. And I think that goes with, like at the end of the day, love what you do and do what you love. Yeah. If you love what you do, and if you're doing what you love, like at the end of the day, everything's gonna fall hand in hand. You know, eventually, you know, you just got to figure out, hey, if it's something I love to do. It might not make me that much money, might not make me rich overnight, but hey, I love it, and that's what I'm gonna do. You know, it's different for everybody. But that's a great answer, man. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. Number 2. So, who are your biggest role models and why? Let's keep this to like a 1 or 2, maybe 3 minimum.
You know, my biggest role model is Kim Kardashian. No, I'm just
I ain't gonna lie. I was finna hit the party. I'd be like, hey, cut.
Yeah, I'm just playing. It's who's my biggest role model? Now I gotta really think about it.
Who is your biggest role model? Or who's had the biggest impact on you in your whole life? I know who, but you know, if you want to say role model, or if they could be a role model too, they can be the same person. Who's had the biggest impact and who has your role model? Man. You're on the clock. You have 29, 28, 27, 20, 19, 18.
Who was my biggest role model? 15, I would 14. Say, you talking about like celebrity? You talking about like in my life, immediate? Like,
hey, it can be whatever you want. Who is your biggest role model? But
okay, I'm gonna just use my mentor. My biggest role model right now is my mentor, Terrence. He founded the End Zone Project, executive director of the Hope Center, and he showed me what capacity is. Because the End Zone Project, let me just give you a quick hit real quick.
Okay.
Is like when he takes in boys from the inner city and he basically puts them into the suburban, atmosphere, like the best schools, the best programs and everything. He makes sure they get their education, that they're doing what they need to do, and he sends them off to college, right? He has 10 of them living in his house. He has 10 kids that he has to manage along with his wife that he took in, right?
So these ain't his biological kids.
They're not biological kids. On top of managing the Hope Center, on top of his biometrics business, on top of, a whole bunch of other stuff, because I followed him around for one day, and the amount of calls he got, my head was spinning. And after every call, they were like, Terrence, I know this is nothing compared to what you go through, right? And it's like, I complain about little stuff I need to do sometimes, but he's handling that all with grace. So that's my biggest role model right now.
Oh, okay. I like that. Long-winded answer, but we like the answer. All right. So this one, you got to keep short and simple and sweet, though.
Okay.
So what is your favorite book of all time?
I want to say The Alchemist so bad.
Ooh. Hey, that's one of them ones. If you haven't read The Alchemist, highly advise you to. I'll put that link in the description too. Might have to sell that to y'all.
I'm gonna have to say such a cliche answer. Like, I feel like
everybody, a lot of people.
I'm gonna just say Walking on the
top
Moon.
3 books.
Walking on the Moon with Einstein.
Okay.
The Alchemist and Ask Alice.
Ooh, well, I don't think I read those. I didn't read the first one. Read the first one or the third one. What's Ask Alice about?
Ask Alice is a really short story. I read it back like in high school.
Short-winded answer.
I've read it's hard because it's about a young lady who like goes through life. She gets mixed up with drugs, and her life just goes off the deep end. She ends up dying. Spoiler. But it was a real dramatic story. That was one of the first books I really dove into.
Why was it so important to you? Why is it one of your favorites?
Because it doesn't have a happy ending. Like, usually books have a happy ending.
I like that.
Like, the hero makes it. And it was a true story.
Wow.
She ended up dying, and it was like, that's it.
He was like, that's it? Like, ain't nothing else? You sure she don't just wake up magically? This next quick hits. This last say, We decided on 2 questions. All right, so I'm gonna give him 2 more. That's it. So if you had to eat dinner with 5, this is a cliche question, but if you had to eat dinner with anybody, dead or alive, you got 5 people. Who you picking? Quick,
5 people.
quick.
Kanye West.
Kanye, that's 1.
Denzel Washington.
Denzel, okay, I like it.
Will Smith.
Ooh, okay, fire table. Might get a little crazy. Don't say Chris Rock. You might, hey, I might have to bring out the boxing gloves.
Oh,
hey,
the dinner table together?
I'll be referee.
They all at the dinner table together?
Yeah, everybody
together.
Yes, this is your dinner table. So you got Kanye, Will Smith, Denzel. Who else? You got 2 more.
Okay, Kanye, Will Smith,
Denzel. Don't say
Denzel.
Chris Rock because I want no smoke. Chris. Don't. Who else?
I might get some, backlash for this. I want to know what goes through Donald Trump's mind. I want to just be like, bro, what you do? Like,
okay, you want to know Trump? Okay,
and then
interesting. That's controversial, but we ain't gonna go there.
And then what's that bald dude from Shark Tanks who made FUBU?
I know who you're talking about. I don't know his name though.
Cameraman, do you know?
What?
The bald dude from Shark Tank that made FUBU.
Type in bald shark. Type in owner or inventor of FUBU. Actually, here, what am I doing? I got my laptop in front of me. But I want it to be different. All right. I wanted my cameraman to actually do his job and make his money. Because you only at $3 now. You start off at 10. This is crazy.
Hey, that'd be a really fun part of the show, though.
You
know what I'm saying? Like,
real talk. Hey, it's cool. He getting his money's worth somewhat. I'm telling you.
No, forget him. Gary V.
Really?
Gary
Really? Hold on. I want to know who was. Hold on, FUBU.
Furby?
Are you talking about Damon John?
John.
Okay, I know you're talking
I'm gonna trade Trump for Damon John. Actually, because
I don't think we can really do this, but it's okay. We're gonna let it slide today. Quick hit Gemz.
Gary V.
But it's okay. We letting them slide. Gary V.
100%.
Who is Gary V?
Gary V?
No,
I was about to say. I was
everybody
like,
knows who Gary V is, which is crazy. But it's okay. Okay, so now we here. We at the final question. What should I think the final question should be? I know it. What do you think? It can be anything. All right. Actually, we're gonna keep it simple. Okay, so what is one thing that you want my followers, my viewers, your followers? What is one thing that you want them to know about who Nodel really is, or something that they don't know about you? It can be anything. I brush my teeth 3 times a day.
Something I want them to know about me.
Yeah, it's just something. It's quick hit. Or actually, you know what? Since he want to be extra, hey, time's up. Next question. All right. So the next question is, what is your word of the year?
My word of the year: intentional.
Okay, why?
Man, because you make your own luck at the end of the day.
Okay.
You do. Like, if you say, for instance, you want to, I'm gonna just use this example. You want to, I'm not gonna actually use that example.
He thought about it. I might get canceled. I might get in trouble for that one.
Canceled for that one, but you make your own luck, right?
Okay.
If you strike
so 100
times, you're gonna hit at least one time. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, as much times as you can go out and try and do the thing, that's the more likely of a chance you'll get the thing done. And also, around the intentional part is like, if you sit there and strategize your week, if you've been alive for, say, for instance, 30 years, and you know how your week will go, you strategize and make a game plan, you're going to have that much better of a week. You know what I'm saying? You lay your clothes out at night. You make sure the coffee's this right here. Be intentional. You paying too much for insurance? Get somebody who's lower. You know your camera always break on Tuesdays. Make sure you fix it on Tuesday. You get what I'm saying?
You fix it on Monday.
Fix it on Monday. Yeah. Be intentional.
Yeah. Nah, that's what's up. Intentional. I like it. Okay. Well, hey, man, you had some great answers to those questions. I don't know if you was the best one who answered the quick hits, but you kind of cheated a little bit. Quick hits supposed to be like 20, 30 seconds, but it's okay.
Yeah.
You did a great job, man. I really appreciate you coming here and spreading some knowledge, spreading some wisdom. Like I've been trying to get you on here for a year.
Yeah,
So we're gonna
has been
see.
trying to get
I
me on
might.
here for a
Hey,
while.
I want him.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah,
I want him to eventually come back. It took him a year to get on here, so it might take us like 2, 3, maybe even 4. Hey, you heard him. Hey, he a busy man, but hopefully we can get you on here soon again. Because hey, I'm gonna need you on here because this was fun. This is you have fun.
I had a lot of fun.
My viewers appreciate you, man. Like at the end of the day, man, we gonna have. I think we should have him back. I think so. So it took us a year last time. We're gonna see how long it takes us. Okay. But without further ado, man, you have been tuning in to the Golden Gemz podcast, man. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you, my brother from another mother. Literally, he really is my brother. But thank you for coming on here, spreading some wisdom to my people, giving us some gems. That's what this podcast is all about. Getting gems and actually, showing one another that, hey, we can all, be on a road to success. We can all, be happy. We can all spread positivity. We can all really, just show love to one another. And you did that today by coming on my episode, and I appreciate you. Seriously. So without further ado, I'm going to cut the sappy shit. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, my beautiful people, for always tuning in on the Golden Gemz podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the show notes, show your boy some love. Nodel, everything about this man is going to be in the description, okay?
I'll put my social security number in the description.
Hey, it might be down there. You heard him say it. Hey, it might just get down there, all right? But make sure y'all hit the description, man. I'm going to go ahead and put all his information in there. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. You got any last words, man?
Look, be intentional with your life. Do what you say and say what you do. I will flip that around. But
do what you say. Now, how about say what you mean and mean what you say? Okay.
There we go. You got it.
Say what you mean, mean what you say. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Hey, we appreciate you. Deuces.